In the dense forests and swamps of early 18th century North Carolina, a battle raged that would change the course of history for Native Americans and European settlers alike. The Tuscarora War, fought from 1711 to 1715, was not just a fight for territory. It was a fight for survival. Stay with us as we explore this dramatic and pivotal moment in American history. North Carolina in the early 1700s was a land of vast forests, fertile lands, and numerous rivers. But beneath this serene landscape, tensions were brewing. The Tuscarora people, one of the most powerful tribes in the region, were increasingly threatened by the encroachment of European settlers who were hungry for land and resources. The settlers saw the land as an opportunity to build new lives. But to the Tuscarora, it was an invasion, a threat to their way of life. Tuscarora were a proud and powerful people, part of the Iroquoian-speaking tribes. They had lived in harmony with the land for centuries, cultivating crops, hunting, and trading with other tribes. Their society was complex, a strong emphasis on family, community, and the spiritual connection to the earth. But as more settlers arrived, the Tuscarora found themselves facing an uncertain future. Their land was being taken, their people were being enslaved, and their way of life was under siege. Tension between the Tuscarora and the settlers escalated quickly. Disputes over land and resources led to frequent conflict. The settlers, backed by the colonial government, began to take more aggressive action, often pushing the Tuscarora off their ancestral lands. The Tuscarora were pushed to the brink. They tried to negotiate to coexist peacefully, but their pleas fell on deaf ears. With their backs against the wall, the Tuscarora decided they had no choice but to fight back. Realizing the dire situation, the Tuscarora leaders took a bold step. They began to unite their people under a common cause, defending their land and way of life from the settlers. The Tuscarora Confederacy, a coalition of various Tuscarora bands, was formed to strengthen their resistance. With their forces united and their resolve strengthened, the Tuscarora were ready to take the fight to the settlers. They knew the odds were against them, but they also knew that they had no other choice. In September 1711, the Tuscarora launched a coordinated attack on the settlers. They struck with precision and ferocity, targeting plantations and towns along the Neuse and Pamlico rivers. The settlers, caught off guard, suffered heavy casualties. The Tuscarora's initial success sent shockwaves through the colonies. The settlers, now fully aware of the Tuscarora's strength, scrambled to organize a defense. The settlers knew they couldn't fight the Tuscarora alone. They called for reinforcements from neighboring colonies, and even sought help from other Native American tribes who were enemies of the Tuscarora. With the arrival of reinforcements, the settlers felt emboldened. They planned a counterattack, hoping to crush the Tuscarora once and for all. The decisive moment of the war came in 1713 at the Battle of Fort Neohoroka. The Tuscarora had fortified themselves in a massive stronghold, prepared to make a last stand against the overwhelming colonial forces. For days, the battle raged on. Tuscarora fought valiantly, but the colonists had the advantage in numbers and firepower. In the end, Fort fell, and with it, the hopes of the Tuscarora for victory. The fall of Fort Neohoroka marked the end of the Tuscarora War. The survivors were either killed, captured, forced to flee. Many of the Tuscarora who escaped sought refuge with the Iroquois Confederacy in the north, becoming the sixth nation of the Confederacy. The war had a devastating impact on the Tuscarora. Their population was decimated, their lands were taken, and their culture was forever altered. But even in defeat, the Tuscarora remained resilient, finding a new home and continuing their traditions in the face of adversity. The Iroquois Confederacy, also known as the Haudenosaunee, played a crucial role in the survival of the Tuscarora. As the sixth nation of the Confederacy, the Tuscarora were welcomed and integrated into a powerful alliance of tribes that had long resisted European colonization. The inclusion of the Tuscarora strengthened the Confederacy and provided the Tuscarora with new allies and resources. This alliance would continue to play a significant role in the history of Native American resistance against European expansion. Tuscarora War is a reminder of the complex and often tragic history Native Americans in the face of European colonization. It's a story of courage, resistance, and survival, a story that continues to resonate today as we reflect on the legacy of those who fought for their land, their people, and their way of life. The Tuscarora people may have been defeated in battle, but their spirit lives on in their descendants, who continue to honor their ancestors and preserve their culture for future generations. Tuscarora War is more than just a chapter in history. It's a testament to the enduring strength of a people who fought against overwhelming odds. As we remember their story, let us also remember the importance of preserving the histories and cultures of all people. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe. Join us as we continue to explore the battles, wars, and events that shaped our world.